This is a video on the best Solana meme coin strategy that personally is for me, but I think in general this is a good strategy if you are starting out trading Solana meme coins or you're experienced as well and you just want to learn a little bit more. So the way we start is we want Axiom Pro and Sniper. These are the two tools you'll need to trade. I have both of these tools in the link in the description, and on both of them you'll save on fees. So once you have Axiom Pro, which is going to be our main charting platform, and then Sniper, which is going to be our main trading bot set up, we can start getting into the video. So once we have it set up like this, we actually want to have a Twitter tracker as well. So I have a Twitter tracker, it's just under the screen here, you don't see it. But if you don't have two screens, you can just put it out the side of your bar like this, and then you'll have your Twitter tracker here, your charting platform, and then your trading bot. But you want to use a Twitter tracker, and if you don't know what a Twitter tracker is, it's basically a bot on Discord that tracks all of these high influential accounts or KOLs, and as soon as they tweet something, this will instantly pop up in your Twitter tracker, and a coin will be more than likely created based on that tweet. And usually these coins, if it's like Elon Musk tweeting, will get a lot of traction and a lot of volume, so we always want to keep an eye on our Twitter tracker. So once we have all those three things ready, we can talk how to set up your charts. So basically what we want to do is, I know a lot of people use filters. I personally don't use any filters. There's no such thing as the best filters that'll make you a good trader. What makes you a good trader is actually practicing and having patience. It has nothing to do with the filters. So we're running no filters here. So I've talked about Twitter tracker as well. We also have a wallet manager here. So I have this actually, if you click here, you can actually drag this out of here if you want like this. This is how it usually looks. So you have a little window here, and this is all the wallets I'm tracking. But I like to put it here, and it has it side by side with my chart. So if we go into trackers and wallet manager, these are all the wallets that I'm tracking. These are all big traders such as Red, Orangey, we have Leans, Mitch. So these are just traders like to follow just to see what they're trading. Now, more than likely if they're trading something, they're going to be looking and analyzing tokens as well. So let's say if one of them buys into a coin and then I see 3 more people from these wallets buying in, that means that 3 or 4 people have the same confluence and they're both buying into the same coin, which means it gives it a little bit more legitimacy, because these guys don't buy into random tokens. They actually buy into things that will have a lot of motion. So once we have this set up, that's covering the wallet. Another cool thing on Axiom Pro, for instance, is they have a username change like notification here. So if we can check here for a second, I'll show you now. See the way the X is gray? That means they haven't changed their username in the last couple of years. But you can see sometimes that there'll be an orange one. I'm just trying to find your one here. So as you can see, here's orange. So if you see an orange one, especially if it's on an AI project, you can more than likely guarantee that it's a rug pull. So if you hover over the orange one, you can see they changed their username 3 years ago to Kobe, and then 3 years ago to Crypto Cobain. So they've changed their username twice, but you'll see some of them, they actually have more than 2. They could be like 20, 15, or 10. So if you see anything over, I'd say 2 or 3, it's more than likely a scam. Now 2 could be legit, like they could be using an old account to launch a token, but if you see anything more than that, then it's more than likely a scam. Next thing I want to touch on is charts. You need to learn how to read charts and what's a rug and what's not. So if we look here, for instance, we can see here this little ghosting is insiders holding. So I know straight away this chart is going to be manipulated. So if we click into both of these, open both of these, so you see 76% insiders, and then we'll open one that doesn't have any, let's say this one, which is slower. So look at these two. This chart right here, this is the built-in trading platform for Sniper. So this is the Insta trading. So we can move this to the right for now. So you can see here this chart is manipulated because it's going straight up. There's no sell pressure. A normal chart will have selling pressure. So this scam, straight away, if I click into this, you know it's a scam, you click out. This, the same, it's a scam. So it takes like a split second to realize that these are scams, and then you move on. It saves time so you don't buy into these rugs. Now we look at this one. This is also a scam. So these 3 are scams without even having to do any further analysis. All you have to do is look at the chart. So we just open these 4. Let's say here, scam, scam, scam. This is also a scam. This chart, it looks a bit more realistic, but it's still a scam, because look at this. It launched straight away into a 40k market cap. Usually pumpkins launch at 6k or 7k, so this is a scam. This is also a scam. This is a typical scam. They call it the pyramid. So it goes up, and then it's going to go down, and then it's going to go up again. It's like a staircase, so that's a scam as well. So let's look for a legit chart. Let's open a few of these. But without doing any further of looking into bundling or insiders, you should be able to know straight away if things are bundled just by the way you're looking at the chart. So this looks like a real chart right here. If we look here, when this coin launched initially, which was a couple of hours ago at this stage, or a couple of minutes ago, you can see it went up, it went down, buying pressure, selling pressure, and then we had a big spike up. But this is a normal chart because people are selling. People need to sell to make money. No one's gonna buy and hold forever and never sell. So that's obviously the way a chart should work, because if no one's selling and it's just buying, going up, 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 then you know it's a scam. But this is what a normal scam looks like. A normal chart, sorry, not a normal scam. This looks like a normal chart as well. This is a normal chart. These are all examples of normal looking charts. But as you can see, I showed you a few examples of scam ones. So that's the charts. You need to know how to read charts. The next thing we can go into is go into token info. So if we look here on the right here, so you know this is a scam chart straight away. So we can see here that there's 39% are top holders. Dev is still holding 6%. There's 6% snipers. There's no insider trading this, but there's 23% bundlers. And the liquidity burned is 100%. So the liquidity will always be burned on Pump Fund. It'll always be 100%. If you're trading raydium tokens or any other tokens, this might change, but this should always be 100%. So we can see here that 23% are bundlers, and it's identified by this cube icon. So if you go into holders, just move this up a bit, you can see the bundlers here holding 5%, another bundler holding 4%, another bundler holding 2%. So that already is 11% of the supply, but it shows that Dev is only holding 6%. So the Dev is holding 6% on the wallet he launched the token, but he has other multiple wallets where he bought the coin, and that's why it doesn't appear as if Dev is holding it. It appears as a bundler because they bought at the same time. Now, if you don't want to do just the holders, you can actually click here, and this is a bubble map. So basically this shows all the little tokens and if they're interlinked and how much they're holding. So there's the creator wallet, as you can see, is holding 6.8%. That's another reason why I really like Axiom, because it has a bubble maps built into it. So it's very good for that. So we covered the token info here. We're gonna see how to read holders next. So you can see here the number one's usually going to be the liquidity pool. This is the Dev by the chef hat. These are the considered as insider traders or bundlers. And the rest we can see here are probably normal people holding 3%. Yeah. Even though this is a scam straight away, because we know by the chart it's a scam, because it has a big momentum up here. If we look at a normal token, let's say this one, we'll actually see the holder. So you want to hold something that's less than 23% or less than 20%, because if you're holding anything, if someone's holding more than, let's say, 8% here, he can nuke the price instantly. So if this guy, when he sells for profits, that he's going to cause a big decrease in price. And the way crypto works is if once people see a big candle, they're going to fear and panic sell. So that happens a lot in crypto. So if one big buy sells, that's why a lot of big crypto traders, they don't sell 100%, they sell 10% at a time just to not nuke the chart. It's called nuking the chart basically. So that's how we can look at holders and see how much percentage they're holding. Next we can check is dev tokens. Now this is pretty cool for Axiom as well. If we click dev tokens, we can actually see how many tokens they've launched in the past using this wallet. So they can see they've launched one token and it's migrated once. But if we look at any of these scam ones, let's say here, this is also one. But there you'll see a few, you'll see a pattern where this guy's launched two and none of them are migrated. But the rug pull accounts that usually rug a lot will have multiple. Like this has only 3, but some of them will have like thousands, 5,000, 2,000, and it'll just keep rugging and rugging non-stop. So you can see here, like this guy, for instance, launched 12,443 tokens on Pump Fund, and only 82 of them have migrated. So you can tell that this guy is constantly rugging, and you can see here by how much he's made. So we can check here that the market cap, the token, and if it's migrated. So he's launching a lot. Like you can see here 24 seconds ago, 1 minute, he's launching about 10 tokens every 20 minutes at this stage. So this is another way you can check if a dev is known to rug or if it's a legit dev. Another thing they have built into Axiom is called Dex Paid. So basically you can see here that Dex is paid. So the way you confirm this, if we can go here and we can go Dex Screener. So we just launch up our Dex Screener. And what Dex Paid basically means is, I'll show you 2 examples. So if we go to new pairs here, and we look at something like, we go to Solana, and we go by age, and we look for something that was completely new, like this. So let's see. This is what a chart looks like if they didn't pay for DEX. They have no socials, no image. Okay, so this is what it looks like. But if someone gets DEX paid, it will have basically socials, which website, Twitter, Telegram, and they'll have a picture. So if someone does have where it says here DEX paid, this is usually bullish, and they usually pay after it migrates from pump fund onto raydium, which means it costs about $299. It could be more or less, I don't remember the exact amount. But if someone does pay for DEX paid, that's considered bullish, and that will like allow them to put a picture and the socials in. So when it is trading on raydium, you'll actually have more credibility because they'll have a picture beside their token and all of their socials underneath. So that's DEX paid. Next thing we want to talk about is how to enter correctly. So we take this for example. You never want to top last a token. So when you're trading meme coins, let's say we go back here, you always want to wait for a big dip before buying in. If you see like a rally like this, don't buy in on the third candle here or the fourth candle. Wait for it to go up. There'll always be a retracement down, and always buy at a dip. So I know a lot of people have FOMO and they're afraid of holding out for basically a long time because they fear if they don't buy in, they're going to miss all the gains. But there's always going to be a retracement. As you can see here, it went up, down, it goes down, it went up a little bit, goes down again. So always buy on a red candle, never buy on a green candle. So that's the way you'll make the most money. So when do we exit? So let's say we entered at this dip here. It's personal preference. You can enter at a 2x, you can exit at a 50% or a 3x. I usually like to scalp. So what I do is, like, if I entered here, I'd get out a 50%, which would be around this line here. Some people like to hold for a 2x. So if you entered, let's say here, you'd have to hold up to over here for a 2x right here. That's your 2x. So it's entirely up to you. I like to scalp. So I like to trade with like 1 sol and then scalp out at 50%, making 0.5 sol. But the exit is completely up to you. Just don't be greedy and always take out your initials at 100% and then leave a boom bag for it to ride. Another thing I want to touch on is volume. So if we click into any of the charts up here on the right where my cursor is, you can see 5-minute volume is 98k. If you click 1 hour, it's 240k. So the more volume there is on a chart is basically the more buying or selling pressure there is. So if you're trading a coin with only 6k volume, there's not going to be big moves. You want to trade coins that have at least 20k volume or 30k volume. If it goes to 100k volume, you can expect a lot of big and red candles here. So it'll be green, red candles because it has a lot of volume. There's a lot of people buying and selling it. So when I'm trading, I like to look for tokens that have a lot of volume. So this has 100k volume in 5 minutes. So this would be a good token to trade. But if we go into any of these, let's say here in the last 5 minutes, you can see it only has $125 in volume. And it correlates to the chart. Like the chart's not moving at all. There hasn't been nothing. And if you look at trades, last trade was 20 minutes ago. So you wouldn't want to trade this because this is a dead chart. There's no point trading this. So you always want to read the volume and make sure that there's actually buying or selling pressure on the chart. And then we can get in and enter on the trade. And then the last thing I want to touch is just the settings. So for my trading bot here, we have transaction settings. I have 25% slippage for buy, 35% slippage for sell. And if you notice here, there's actually no priority fee because with Sniperoo, they actually negate the priority fee the way they do it. So all you have to do is pay for tips. So it's basically the bribe or the Jitto tip. So I use 0.0134, but you can see here in the latest Jitto tip data, you can see slow 75% success is this, normal is this, fast, turbo, and it gives you all the tips, so you know how much tip to use. You don't have to guess and put in random tip amounts. So I'd go for fast here, so we'd put in this and we just copy it and paste it in. And if you use the link in the description, you'll only be paying 0.84% per transaction, which is a lot lower than 1% at Bullex or Axiom or any other platform charges. So you're going to be saving on tips, and that's essential if you're trading low amounts. So yeah, if you have any questions, leave a comment and like the video and subscribe, and I'll be making more videos on my strategies, and I'll actually be live streaming soon enough in the next couple of days if you just want to live trade with me. So yeah, thanks.